Welcome to the So Here for It podcast. I am your host, Amy Mingin, and I'm so excited to bring you this today because if you haven't already noticed, I have niched within my niche again, and I am so excited about it. And, the background of where I've come from is 16 years as a naturopath. Like, I've worked with women for a really, really, really long time. I've run a business for a really long time, and I've been through the gauntlet when it comes to being a woman in small business and doing it through the life cycle of being a woman. So let me just say, pat on the back to anybody else out there. I am celebrating you. If you are a mom, a woman, you are doing all of the things and you're a practitioner, the amount of space that we hold in our lifetimes is phenomenal. And what I'm going to talk about today is all about how to have our clients comply. And it sounds kind of like, ugh, but most of the time we think that our clients aren't motivated. It's like we think, oh, maybe they're just not motivated to change. And that might be a little bit, of course, like that someone's got to be motivated to change in order to change. But here is the big clincher. Most of the time, practitioners aren't getting patient compliance because the patient isn't trusting in what the practitioner says because the practitioner isn't trusting themselves. So, I'm going to give you some really great tangible tips today in order to get them over the line, get them on board, and have them coming back time and time again. Now, this is the creme de la creme of me having made lots of mistakes in my time and being able to learn from them from the feedback that I get. So please make sure that you jot down notes from this. So I want you to start with, first and foremost, what is the workflow like when they're coming to see you? Are you already really clear with how many times somebody approximately, like you're not always going to know the answer to this, but do you know how many times somebody needs to come and see you before they have like this full transformation inside their results? Because that's going to be really, really handy. And I want you to write that down, but save it for later because there's a formula that I'll get you to use that is super simple. And you'll be like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? But it's going to be really great and it's going to change your life. So write that down that you need to figure out how many times they need to come and see you, first and foremost. Once that's clear in your head, the compliance bit is easy because it's all about getting the dopamine feedback loop happening, right? So they see you, they associate you with feeling better, they want to come back and see you. They see that external feedback from you that, oh, I'm doing the right thing, they want to come back and see you. This is the cycle of change that they're actually stepping into. Because let's face it, when they're sitting there by themselves trying to change, and trying is an interesting word because if I held a pen out in front of you and I said, hey, try and pick up this pen, you can't just try and pick it up. You're either going to pick it up or you're not. So there's doing and there's not doing. So the client is currently in the trying mode. They're like, I'm really trying to be healthy. I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to take herbs. This is where we come in, right? When we step in, we can be the supportive place where they can stay accountable. So that's why a lot of people pay for advice because they're not keeping themselves accountable. It's actually really rare to find a self-accountable person. And it's okay. This is human nature. This is why they pay you. And this is why it's really important for you to know how many times they need to see you so that they can stay inside that accountability cycle of change, right? So what I want you to think about is after they've seen you for that first time, how much information are you loading them up with? Like, are you getting on there, like you're probably on Zoom, most of you, or are they coming into your clinic and you are loading them up with 50 different changes that they have to make? Like, let me just say this. Most people are already busy enough. They don't need to get the overwhelm button hit by you by sitting down and you telling them all the things that are wrong with their health. The doctor's ignored them. The specialist has said, come back in 3 months. They've already spent thousands of dollars trying to find out what's up. And then for you to then throw 16 or 20 different things at them to change, they get overwhelmed and they do nothing. So here's the thing. Keep it simple. First and foremost, keep it simple. And I put this in a reel the other day and I'm going to share it with you again. Keep it simple. This is how I get people coming back. You get them to do the thing in the first week that has them change the most. And this comes with experience. But if it's blatantly obvious that that person in front of you doesn't even drink a drop of water, and then all of a sudden they start drinking water, they're going to feel a whole lot better, aren't they? They're going to say, oh, my brain fog's gone. Oh, I have more energy because they're now hydrated. So like, we've got to take the thing that is going to like move the needle the most for that person to have them feeling better as soon as possible. And I would love for you to do this in a dietary and a lifestyle way, as opposed to trying to have them rely on supplements or on herbs. And the reason why that is so many people are waiting for the magic pill. And I'm here to say that we need to really lean on our roots and our traditions here and say, first, do no harm. And also, I wish that it said first, empower, because people are here to learn more about themselves. People are here to actually do the work for themselves, and we are their guide. We do not heal our clients. And it is unfair of anybody to think that they can heal their clients, and it's unfair to set your client up with that expectation that you will heal them. We are there to work as a team. That is my next point. Let them know that you're here to support them. Let them know that you are the person who they come to see in these certain circumstances. So this is a big clarity exercise for you. Like, how do people get results with you? How do you actually work your best? And then work your consults and work your business around that, not the other way around. Like, what has been taught in naturopathic college feels like rubbish to me. And the reason is this: they focus so much on that initial consultation to deep dive, to leave no rock unturned, to overwhelm the heck out of you and the heck out of the client so that no one actually feels great by the end of it. It's a lot to hold that space for a whole hour. And sometimes it brings people's trauma into the story. Sometimes it brings a whole lot of deep-seated issues that these people have never been seen and heard in before. And it's a lot for you to hold. So I want you to keep it simple so that they can start feeling better straight away. So that you can let them know, yes, you are there to see them and hear them and hold space for them. And also, it is up to them to stand on their own 2 feet. That self-responsibility, first and foremost, is of highest priority. And once they realize that you're there for them, but you're not going to do the work for them, and they have to make that change, then it brings you to the next consult, and then to the next one, and then to the next one. So don't overcomplicate it. Most of the time, people are already overcomplicating it. They've already watched this influencer with this like latest CMOS. So many people ask me about CMOS. And then there's somebody else who's talking about a parasite cleanse, and there's somebody else who's talking about fasting. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, the body needs fuel. So give them the fuel that they need in the most simple way possible, in the least amount of changes in that first couple of weeks, right? That's going to bring compliance in so fast. Now, this is one thing that I love for practitioners to bring in is auto check-in emails. So you don't have to remember and manually check in with them, but they don't know that you're sending an automated email. But these automated emails are so fantastic to have them audit where they're up to. So, sometimes this is preventing the client who sees their appointment coming up and they push it out because they haven't done what you've asked them to. And then they push it out because they haven't started taking the supplement yet, or they push it out because they haven't got their blood test back yet. You know the ones. And I hear practitioners talk about this style of client all the time. So instead of that, let's beat them at their own game. We get them on board, we get them making the small, simple changes that make them feel better, and then we get them to audit and keep themselves accountable. And so this automated email goes out to them. It's like, hey, Susan, how did you go this week? Rate your sleep, rate your water intake, rate your whatever you want, right? She is now self-accountable. So when it comes around to that next appointment, you're like, so you didn't do so well in this area. What was happening? Oh, you did really great these days. What changes did you make? You have full access to all of this. You have data. And then you can see what tweaks and changes you might be able to make as the practitioner to be able to support this person better. It is so important that we work together. Keep reminding them that you're there to support them, to facilitate the change, not to do it for them. And I just get this feeling that a whole lot of people have just had this aha moment because they've tried to control the cycle of change, and that ain't the way it happens. The change comes from internally, and then they get the external feedback and they want to change more. And eventually, the goal is to not have that client have to come back. The goal is that they feel so empowered and they know exactly what to do. And the only time that they would rebook in later on down the track is if something else came up. So we're not here to have to serve every single client for the rest of their life. We're here to get them through this sticky bit, this transitional bit, and then they're able to do it themselves. Like, this is true empowerment. So I want you to also just get really clear about who you love working with. And this isn't necessarily like an ideal client thing. This is I love clients who are committed. I love clients who show up to every appointment. I love clients who keep themselves accountable. Like, can you write a little something like this? Write it down in your journal, do a journaling session, and this will get you super clear about what type of practitioner you want to be. Because at the end of the day, compliance is a reflection on you, not just the client. If you get people who are ghosting you, if you get people who aren't paying, if you have admin issues, if you are avoiding your numbers, and if you have clients who book and then don't book, this is a compliance issue. And it's something that I would love to support you with. So if you have found this super valuable, please interact with me. If you're not already following me on social media, hit the follow button. Come and check out some of my other programs that are coming up. And there is a reel that is on my profile that has you put yourself on the wait list for a masterclass that I have coming up really, really soon. So if you love this, you are absolutely going to love my masterclass. It is all about, like, wait till you hear this. It is actually about people who are stepping out of having a hobby business. I call it a hobby business because there are so many people who are only seeing 2 clients a week and they think that they have a business, but they're actually just using it as a hobby where they like to give people advice. I want you to actually think about where you want to be and how much income you want to earn. And I really want to work with the people who would love to contribute an amazing amount each week to their family income, who might just match what their husband is earning, who might overtake what their husband is earning. But I am really, truly here to help more practitioners create 6-figure businesses. And it might sound like it's so far away for you. You might already be making 6 figures. But what if you did it in a way that felt really, really good for you? Like, what if you didn't burn out while you did it? Like, that's where I want you to go. I want you to feel really great about the people who you work with. I want you to feel really, really great about the systems and processes that you have set up. I want you to feel great about the amount of money that you make. And I want you to make a massive impact in the world of empowering people with their health. So if this is for you, amazing. Go and jump on the wait list, and I will talk to you all super soon.